the things which are made by man. And also we need to identify, to understand the physical properties of such materials. So we have a word which is here, the word polymer. So we have this word polymers, and we define what a polymer is, and so on. So I want us to first look at the video. We watch the video, then later on we shall look at we shall discuss the video. So let me first look at your questions before we watch the video. Someone is asking what is the topic. The topic today is chemistry. Sorry, the subject is chemistry. And the topic, we are looking at the materials we use in our daily life. Then given that we define some of these words, like someone is asking here, what is how can we define the word synthetic? What is a polymer? I'm going to request you to use the phone. Given that we are all online, you can Google through. Just put the word polymers in your device, then to be able to tell you what exactly a polymer is, or the word synthetic. Someone is saying that he has just come today. Sorry for that. You will get the notes. You get the notes after. Thank you. Then again, now let us watch the video. So you should be ready so that we watch this video, because we shall be discussing it.
Students, you wait a bit. We are trying to have the teacher connect very well. He was using his phone, and he's trying to share a video so that we can be able to learn. So you just wait a bit. Meanwhile, as the teacher comes back, I'm going to be, okay, I think he's back. He's back. He's back. Yes, teacher.
Yes, please. Thank you.
You were trying to share the phone. I don't know if you could share it in landscape mode.
Landscape mode.
I don't know. Or you wanted to share. If you share video, you turn on the audio. There is somewhere where there is share with audio, so that
where there is.
Okay,
fine.
When you click on the share, you make sure you turn on the audio share with audio option if you want to play a video.
Okay, thank you.
Hello?
So let's watch the video. Hello. Are you able to hear?
You use objects every single day. But have you ever thought about what they are made of? Why are some bendy?
Rogers.
And some are really hard? Or why are some smooth and shiny? And some bumpy and rough? When it comes to the objects around us, they can be very different from one another. Think of some materials you see in the classroom or at home.
That's the video.
You might have come up with materials like glass, wood, You use objects every single day. But have you ever thought about what they are made of? Why are some bendy? And some are really hard? Or why are some smooth and shiny? And some bumpy and rough? When it comes to the objects around us, they can be very different from one another. Can you think of some materials you see in the classroom or at home? You might have come up with materials like glass, wood, plastic, metal, paper, fabrics, or rubber. Do you know what the properties of some of these materials are? You might know that wood, fabrics and rubber are flexible, and metal is strong and resistant. Do you know how some of these are used, and why they are chosen to make objects with? Objects are made from materials that are specially chosen depending on the purpose. This is because materials have special properties that help them do their job. Take this umbrella for example. The handle is made from hard materials, while the umbrella shield is often made from plastic. The hard materials were used for the handle because it is strong and perfect for supporting the top of the umbrella. And the plastic was chosen because it is waterproof and light, which lets the rain drip off while allowing you to carry it easily. Why do you think we use glass for windows and reading glasses? You've probably already guessed it, because you can see through it. These objects wouldn't be much use if they were made of wood, would they? You may have noticed by now that our clothes are made out of special materials as well, and these materials also have unique properties. Can you guess what materials your clothes are made of? They might be cotton, which is a fabric that helps you stay cool on a hot day. Or they might be made from wool, which is very good at keeping you warm on those cold winter days. What do you think would happen if you wore a t-shirt made from metal? Well, that would just be silly, wouldn't it? You wouldn't even be able to move. Can you now see why we choose certain materials for our clothing? They let us move easily and stay comfortable because they are flexible and help us keep warm or cool depending on the weather. Now, which of these houses is different from the others?
Chance of watching the video.
Of course, it's the house made out of flimsy paper that is different.
Can be on the same board.
Have you ever seen a house built from paper? No way! When it comes to building houses, we need to use tough materials such as bricks, glass, wood, and cement so that they stay standing for a long time and don't blow over in the wind. Now that you know about materials and their awesome properties, I wonder if you can spot some of them around your school.
So let's pray it for another time. Those who have not got it, you can now pay attention.
You use objects every single day, but have you ever thought about what they are made of? Why are some bendy? And some are really hard? Or why are some smooth and shiny? And some bumpy and rough? When it comes to the objects around us, they can be very different from one another. Can you think of some materials you see in the classroom or at home? You might have come up with materials like glass, wood, plastic, metal, paper, fabrics, or rubber. Do you know what the properties of some of these materials are? You might know that wood is hard. Plastic is waterproof. Fabrics and rubber are flexible. And metal is strong and resistant. Do you know how some of these are used and why they are chosen to make objects with? Objects are made from materials that are specially chosen depending on the purpose. This is because materials have special properties that help them do their job. Take this umbrella for example. The handle is made from hard materials, while the umbrella shield is often made from plastic. The hard materials were used for the handle because it is strong and perfect for supporting the top of the umbrella. And the plastic was chosen because it is waterproof and light, which lets the rain drip off while allowing you to carry it easily. Why do you think we use glass for windows and reading glasses? You've probably already guessed it, because you can see through it. These objects wouldn't be much use if they were made of wood, would they? You may have noticed by now that our clothes are made out of special materials as well, and these materials also have unique properties. Can you guess what materials your clothes are made of? They might be cotton, which is a fabric that helps you stay cool on a hot day. Or they might be made from wool, which is very good at keeping you warm on those cold winter days. What do you think would happen if you wore a t-shirt made from metal? Well, that would just be silly, wouldn't it? You wouldn't even be able to move. Can you now see why we choose certain materials for our clothing? They let us move easily and stay comfortable because they are flexible and help us keep warm or cool depending on the weather. Now, which of these houses is different from the others? Of course, it's the house made out of flimsy paper that is different. Have you ever seen a house built from paper? No way! When it comes to building houses, we need to use tough materials such as bricks, glass, wood, and cement so that they stay standing for a long time and don't blow over in the wind. Now that you know about materials and their awesome properties, I wonder if you can spot some of them around your school.
So that is the video. And we need to talk about it. So that was our video, and is trying to show us some examples of materials. So as soon as we had to get some to make sure that to understand that even in our surrounding we have their materials that we use every day, and also to simplify the meaning of the words materials. Let me first look at your chart. The video is not clear. Yes, it depends on the device you're using. It might be network, like someone said.
Teacher Osward, I'm seeing some 3 hands there.
Yes, I'm going to. Yes, Alusius. Alusius, unmute.
Materials are
I'm not seeing very well the video.
we used to do in
I think the question was towards Alusius. Alusius.
Yeah, I had not seen the video very well.
Okay, which device are you using?
Yeah, it's a phone.
Maybe it was like network. Sorry about that, but it will be uploaded.
Okay.
Okay. Cut 7. Cut 7, please. I think she's not able to be with us. We can have a miracle. Carol, miracle,
materials are items that we use to do in our everyday life.
Okay, thank you for that definition. Princess Emily. Princess. Okay, we can have Daniel. Please, whenever you raise up your hand, please be there, so that when I ask you to unmute, you unmute very fast and you give a chance to others.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, please.
Teacher, would you repeat for me the question and I answer?
I was we're just watching a video about materials.
Yes.
To get to know more about them. What are they? Apart from having the word material, what does it mean? And in the video, we're saying that materials are those things that we see in our surrounding, the things we use at home, and everything like that.
Yes.
Okay, so meanwhile, I haven't posed any question, but it will come.
Okay, teacher.
Got it. Imelda?
Materials are things used to make what we use in our daily life.
Okay, thank you, Imelda. We need to choose like 2 more people, then we got something else. We need to discuss something small. I will have this one. If you're having your phone, which is Galaxy A6 Plus, you put your name, the real name. I can have now Gloria Subi. Gloria.
We use materials depending on their properties.
Okay. Thank you for that. And lastly, we can have Jonathan Semwanga.
These are things that we use to make other things that we use in our daily life.
Okay, thank you, Jonathan. So I appreciate your contribution. And whatever you said is correct. So we have simplified the word materials. And according to the video we just watched, we saw that these materials are used depending on the properties. Like where was shown a shirt, like having a shirt which is made of fabric, and also a shirt which is made of metal. And we found it impossible that we can't use a shirt which is made of metal because it will be too heavy on you and you won't be able to move. And in case it rains or it is so hot, the metal is likely to burn your skin. So we are going to watch another video. And I'm going to request Charles. Charles, if the video is ready, you can share it. If you have your hand up, I'll get to you. Charles, if the video is ready.
Yes, teacher Osward.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it might be a bit hard to play video because of network. I'm going on and off. I'm sorry.
Maybe you can share the link in the chat so that they can get it.
You can share with me, I can share the video.
Okay, thank you. So as we wait for the video, we can be seeing these people who are their hands up. Yes, Nora. Nora, it seems you have already muted yourself and the chance is gone. We can have Davis.
Examples of polymers. Examples of polymers.
Okay. Davis,
examples of polymers.
You are saying examples of polymers. What are they? Davis, you are in a noisy place. Let's have I'm looking for a boy. Daniel. Daniel, please. Okay, so apart from the material that we have seen, that we have watched or we have seen in the video, what are other examples of materials and their uses and the properties as to why they do such, where they applied in such environment? You give an example of material. Let's say if you say wood, it is used to make maybe a chair because it is hard. So can we have such examples? Okay.
A book.
Okay, thank you, Daniel. Let's first watch the video. So that's the video.
Okay, I'm starting to share now.
Yeah, yes, please.
You know? Hey everybody.
Hi!
The world around us is made of all different types.
Are you hearing this sound?
Yes, please.
Okay.
If you're using, in case you are using a phone and you see
Materials.
a video being
And we can
slow,
describe those materials in different
just be
ways.
patient.
For example, take some of these objects that we might find in a classroom. Now these objects can be arranged based by their properties. So the first property we're going to arrange them by is size. So we have several very large objects and several smaller objects. So we're going to take our large objects, like our scissors, our stapler, and our computer mouse, and we'll put them over here. Then we're going to take our smaller objects, our die, eraser, paperclip, pencil, and our half dome, and move them over here. And you can see that we can separate them based on that property. We can also arrange them in different ways. Let's try arranging them by color. So we have reds. So let's put all our reds in one group. We have a red stapler, red scissors, and a red die. We have our gray mouse and our gray paperclip. We have a green die and a green eraser, and a yellow pencil, and a yellow dome. We can also arrange these objects based on how they feel. So we have some hard objects and some soft objects. So as we go through, we want to arrange them. We'll put our hard objects over here and our soft objects over here. Our computer mouse and our paperclip are both hard objects. Same with our die, both colors, our scissors, and our stapler. Those are all hard objects. Our eraser, on the other hand, is soft. You can see that it's bendable. The half dome is also soft. Our pencil, that's going to go in our hard objects. Now we have them arranged by hard and soft.
I wonder why different objects are made from different materials.
It's done that way so that it's more convenient. For example, the floor. It's hard so that we can stand on it confidently without falling through. Our clothes, on the other hand, are soft. They're soft so that they're more comfortable for us to wear.
Actually, that's true.
Can you imagine if builders and the people who made our shirts switched those two around?
Be a disaster.
I know, it'd be crazy. If we look around us, we'll notice that all things are made from different materials, and those materials have different properties.
Like what?
Let's take a look. For example, this stone. What is stone like, and what could be made from it?
Stone is hard and solid. Some solid stuff can be made out of it. Houses, gazebos. A park lane can be paved with it.
That's right. Stone is heavy and dense, so we make strong things from it. Can you imagine what would happen if we made a boat from stone?
They better not. The boat would sink right away because stones are heavy.
That's right. It wouldn't work very well. A rock's properties make it heavy and dense. It doesn't float very well, and it doesn't make a very good boat. What we need is something with different properties. Something that's light and can float, like wood. Let's try this wooden boat.
Okay, members, that is the second video. And that is also talking about the same materials and their properties. Like the way we have seen it, you cannot have like the flow being soft. If the flow is soft, it means that all of us are likely to sink into the flow. If you're having a boat which is heavy, it's likely to sink into the water. So let's talk about the videos, those two videos. I want you to raise up your hand and you tell me what you've learned in those two videos. Make sure that if your hand is up, you should be able to tell me what you have learned in those two videos. I will start with Shira. Remember, everyone is given one chance since all of us want to contribute. Shira, please. Shira. It seems, Shira, we are unable to hear you. We can have, let's have Makula. Makula Daphne.
Teacher, I have learned that in our daily life we use materials, and those materials like wood, we use them like wood. We get a table, chairs, and others. We use plastics in our daily life like buckets and others. Glasses, we use glasses to see like those glasses for the specs. We use them to see. That is it all, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Daphne, before you go off, I have a question for you.
Yes.
What is the property? Why do we use the glass to see or to make specs? What do you think? Why do we use a glass to make specs?
Let me give an explanation. Some people, they don't see well clearly. Some they should use convex lens, and some they should use another lens. I forgot it, teacher. Then some people don't see clearly when they are far, and some don't see clearly when they're near the object. Then some of them they use converting lens, and then they see the objects they can see.
Okay, thank you. But again, I might pose the same question. What do you see? What makes the glass suitable for making specs? What makes the glass? Which property are we applying there? Which property does the glass have to be applied in the manufacture of the specs? Why don't we use wood to make the specs? Yes, please. Tuero. You can move around the house. So
Glass is transparent.
Okay.
Glass is transparent.
Okay. Thank you. What does the word transparent mean?
Glass is transparent.
Yes, but what does that mean? What does that word transparent mean?
You can see through it.
Okay, thank you. So Tori is saying that we are using glass to make specs because the glass is transparent, or we can see through the glass. Thank you. So there we have given the material, which is glass, and we have given the use of the glass, and again, the property of the glass that enables it to perform that particular use. We can have Aziz. Aziz, you give us the material and its use, plus the property.
We can't use papers to build houses.
Okay.
So we use wood, cement, nails, but not papers.
Okay, why do we use those ones? Why not wood? So why not paper?
Because wood is and paper is very soft, so it can easily be blown out by wind.
Okay, thank you. So as is saying that we can't use paper to build houses because the paper is very soft and can be blown out by the wind. I hope according to the video you saw that house which was made of paper, how it was blown away by wind. Just imagine you are in the house, sleeping in the night, then the wind just comes and blows off the house. You find yourself in another district the following morning. So we need something which is hard that can withstand the wind or the rain. Thank you, Aziz. Let's have, we are very glad to have Queen Elizabeth. I don't know whether National Park or the one of England. Queen Elizabeth, please. Yes, please. Seems we are unable to hear what Queen is saying. Let's have Naka West Maria. Naka West Maria.
Teacher.
Yes,
we wear soft and smooth clothes because
okay.
We wear smooth and soft clothes because they are comfortable on our body.
All right.
Yes.
What is the property? What is the property of the clothes that make them comfortable on our body?
Smooth and soft.
Smooth and soft. Thank you. Now we can have, I'm not seeing here the gentleman. Let us all mute ourselves. If you know that you are not muted, please, so that we can control the noise. We can have, I'm looking for a gentleman. Okay, Ismail.
So we cannot use metals to make clothes, but we can use fabrics like cotton to make clothes because cotton is first of all flexible, which makes it comfortable for someone to put on.
Okay. How about metals?
metals are heavy, and that's their property, and they're not flexible at all.
All right, thank you. So you heard what Ismail said, that we can't use metals to make clothes because the metals are heavy and they make you uncomfortable. Whereas the clothes which are made of fabrics, they are soft, they are comfortable, and they are also flexible. When we talk of being flexible, it means that they can be twisted, they can stretch, they can bend, they can do all that. I need someone to talk about the flow. There's where we saw a man sinking into the flow. Anybody can add a voice on that? We can have Cleopatra.
Teacher, the flow, they said we use materials with a property that the materials should be hard, because if we use soft materials on the floor, we can sink in the flow. So we have to use materials with hard properties. When they are hard, like bricks and mostly the cement, such materials, we should use even wood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome, teacher.
When I check in the chat, I see Opio. If Opio is saying that you have a question, you can write the question in the chat. Those ones who have questions and I'm unable to pick you, please, you can use the chat. The chat can also work. Thank you. So as we wind up, let's have these people. There are many. There are 3 in 1. So I don't know who is raising up the hand. Natasha, Gift, and Tracy.
Plastic is used to make umbrellas.
Wait, are we having Natasha, Gift, or we are having Tracy?
Natasha.
Okay.
Plastic is used to make umbrellas because it is waterproof.
All right, thank you. So we have the material, which is a plastic. Then we have the use, which is to make umbrellas, and the property is because the plastic is waterproof. I like that. Then finally, because of time, we can have George Promise. George Promise. Pio is asking, can we use wood to make gates? Yes, we can. Though it can't be as strong as that of made of a metal. Then Cheryl is saying that polyethylene being flexible is used as a shopping bag. Thank you. Then Bob Berry is asking, teacher, if the floor was soft and smooth, it would fall and sink. That's why we use hard materials. Thank you. If you are checking the video, there is where the man sank into the floor. Then teacher, a glass is made of sand. Yes, they are made of sand, but there are other things which are added in the sand. It's not sand alone. Then Hezi, I've just joined. I don't have notes. You check in the Google Classroom. Thank you. Teacher, can wood be used to build houses because it had a fellow say that wood can't be used. Yeah, wood can be used. It can be used. Someone is asking about the exams. We shall communicate when the time comes. Can I get the last notes? Yes, you get the notes. Then again, Chirabo Elizabeth is saying plastic is a bad conductor of heat. Hence, we use plastic material to carry hot substances. So I thank you all for your contributions. And that is what we had to discuss today. So wait for another lesson. So today we have looked at materials, their properties, and how they can be applied, or their uses as well. I know we have many things to talk about, but we have to respect time. So I want someone to give us a closing prayer, given that we forgot to have the first prayer, the opening prayer. Can I have someone to give us a closing prayer? A short prayer. Should I assume that all of people here are ready to give us a closing prayer? Let's have Gonzaga Timothy. Timothy, unmute and give us a closing prayer. Timothy, we are waiting.
Teacher, how did these human beings come to know of these materials? How did they come to know of these materials?
Okay, thank you, Timothy. Like we said, maybe if you missed the first lesson, we have those materials which are made by God. So by the fact that they are made by God, they are already existing before man. Then others came later, which were created by man because of the need. For example, when a man learned to know how to build a house, it came into his mind that a house must be having a door. So he had to look for a door like that. But Timothy, once again, you're supposed to give us a closing prayer. Now we can have another Timothy. Another Timothy can give us a closing prayer. If you have questions, you can send them in our classroom. I'll be able to answer your questions from there.
Heavenly Father, I come unto your presence, Lord. We thank you for this lesson, Lord. We come unto your presence, Lord, and we pray that you guide us, Lord, Father. As we are ending this lesson, Lord, we pray that you may add us knowledge and you may help us, Lord. As we are heading on for the next lesson, Lord, Father, too, Lord, we pray that you may guide us, Lord, and keep us alive, Lord. In Jesus' name I pray.
Amen. So I thank you all for attending the lesson, and we shall meet next time. I will send in the assignment in our Google Classroom. So let's make sure that we go and check and attempt the work, the assignment. Have a blessed day. And thank you, my fellow teachers who are online. Thank you so much.
You're not practicing at your They have told you to practice letter J. Okay. L and what? And P. And I'll mark those books.